ladies, it's Amanda Holcomb here, and I am just excited to continue our training here and talk a little bit about positive thinking and how that can affect your life. I've got some notes here, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm doing. But I felt like, we as a team felt like we really needed to start talking about positive thinking. We have easy ways for negativity to come into your life and to take over, and especially in sales. It's hard. Sales is hard, guys, but we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna talk about it. And another thing will be talk about not projecting your own doubts. Okay, so one of the big things is I'll just tell a little story real quick. My husband, he had a job that he loved at first, and then the people that he was surrounded with started to project their own negativity onto him every day. And after months of dealing with this and hearing this, and he started to change, and I started to watch that. And I could see every day his light just going out, and he was negative at home, and he was grouchy and just in this funk, and then it created this funk in our house, and then we were grouchy, and then the kids were grouchy, and it just trickled down the line. And that is negativity at its best. I mean, that's what it does. It just eats you away and takes on whomever is in its path. It's a pretty powerful thing. And if you think that when you're in a bad mood and you're making a post on one of your parties or on Facebook, and you're not even saying that you're in a bad mood, that people can't feel it, because they can. That emits through the computer. You got to change your tone and change your mindset in order to make that not be the case in your parties or in your posts, so that people aren't feeling that from you. All right. So one of those things is you're supposed to surround yourself, the 5 people in your life, the top 5 people in your life are the ones that are going to influence your life the most. You live your life like those top 5 people that you hang out with. So whether that's family, friends, spouse, whoever it is, they affect you and you affect them. So if you're surrounded with people who are always just negative Nellies, and I know quite a few of those and have some of those in my life, and I can't walk away from them, but I love them, and I just have to talk to them a little bit less sometimes, or I have to talk to them about, positive things so that my conversation with them stays positive. So you need to really stay and surround yourself with people who are positive and who make you feel good. There's another thing, that I have found is interesting, is that when you've had a good moment in Younique, and it's, say, either a promotion, or you've had a really good party, a really good month, just a really good sale. It could just have been like, yay, I sold a collection, I'm feeling so high, feeling so good. And then your next month or your next party or whatever it is just not as impressive as that last one. And so you're kind of feeling this bummed out feeling, and it's kind of silly that you feel that way, but you do. And so you're like, I've got to get out of this. And so one of the things that can work for you is to visualize that moment when you felt good. Try to go back, sit in your little quiet space, run away from your kids for a few minutes if you have some, and say, you know what, I just need some time to think about that moment and why I felt so good, and try to channel that and try to use that as you go forth throughout your day. I think that's a really cool way of, using it for sales and for a good party, because then it gets you excited again, and then people start to feel that, and then good things start to happen. It's just the way that it is. Now, there's always that person who is that negative person. You all know who that is in your life. They never know they're that negative person. I swear they don't have any clue that they're that negative person, but they are. And so, the thing of it is, you can't be putting yourself with them the whole time. I think it's kind of funny that they're always that person, and they could be within our group. I don't know. That could be that person. I'm not saying anybody is. I'm just saying there could be that person on your team that you're dealing with. But they're the people who don't take step 1. And so if they don't take step 1, they're not going to take step 2. Now, they may have taken like the step to get into Unique, but then they're like, they don't want to take the other steps, or they're too afraid to take the other steps, or somebody else is the problem. It's not them, it's somebody else. But what we have to do is think past that and think, you know what, take accountability for yourself and for what you're doing here, because we are here to work hard and you have to motivate yourself. This is your business. You make this happen. Nobody else is going to make this happen for you. Just you. So one of the things that can help you is to, instead of saying, oh, I like Unique, or I like the makeup, or I like that it gets me, you know, $50 a month to use towards my pedicures, or whatever it is, you start saying, I love those things. And you go in front of the mirror and you're like, I love Unique. I love that they are such a positive company. I love that the founders are so incredible, and they even have a foundation to help support women. And this is what it's all about, is uplifting and taking care of women. And if you did this for just like a minute in front of the mirror every day, can you imagine the exuberance and excitement that you would push out towards the world, and what could happen with that? What people would do when they see that? Because when you're doing that every day, that's your thought process, and you're starting that thought process just for you. And I think that's something that is life-changing. So you know what, if you have to be in front of a mirror, and yes, it might be a little awkward, but basically that's what I'm doing in front of a camera right now. So if I can do this in front of a camera and share it all with you, then you guys can do it too in front of a mirror, all by yourself with nobody listening. And I think that also we take what we have for granted, and we forget the amount of blessings that we have. And so sometimes we need to write it down or say it out loud, especially when we're stressed, or we're feeling overwhelmed, or we're feeling ungrateful, or feeling that we just don't love where we're at right now, or feeling a woe is me type of moment with Unique. And sometimes you'll feel that because you're like, why aren't my sales the way they should be? Why isn't my company performing like they should? And you can get really down and upset, but it's not usually because, oh, you know, you're just the worst person ever. You know, it's nothing like that. It's just because you need to motivate your team and not let those doubts that you have reflect onto them, because they're going to feel it. When you're posting with your team and you're being negative, or if you're saying, well, oh, gosh, they changed the presenter's kit and I just don't think that this new one's going to work. We're just never going to get another presenter because this new kit just doesn't work. No, that is not the mindset that you should have. Immediately, anytime corporate comes up with a change, know that it's for our best, know it's in our best interest, and think to yourself, you know what, they're doing something that is right for us, and we need to have a positive attitude. And when you have a positive attitude, your team's going to have a positive attitude, and it goes down the line. And that could mean when you have, you know, 10 people under you, or when you have 1,000 people under you. Because think if Tammy, our elite black leader, was coming out with us and being like, oh gosh, I'm just so upset again with what they're doing. Well, yeah, we're all going to react that way. So your immediate reaction needs to be positive. And if it's not, then you have to work on it and start changing that and make that happen. Because you don't want your team to be full of negative thoughts. And that will change your sales. It'll change your goals for the month. And then you won't be able to have the goals accomplished that you need to. And now I have somebody who's joining me. I've been trying to hide in my room. It's not right. It's not happening. Trying to keep my kids positive this summer. I think that's pretty much it. But the biggest thing is just making sure that when you are feeling negative and down, that you find a way to lift yourself back up. And that could be finding one of those fun motivational videos on YouTube that are inspirational and will lift you up, or it's talking with a friend that is always positive that you love chatting with, because don't you want to be that friend? Don't you want to be that person that someone is so excited to call because, oh, she's going to lift you right back up. So be that person as much as you can. I'm not saying be perfect. Don't be, you know, crazy cheerleader positive all the time, but I am saying that you need to try when you're feeling down and negative to get out of that funk. You know, don't be that sinking ship because anyone around you is going down with you. So anyways, I hope this helps you guys. I hope that you will be able to, you know, go forward from here. And if this doesn't make your day and make you happy, then I don't know what will. All right, ladies, good luck. And until our next video chat, I'll talk to you later.
Can I mess you up?